wanted to just go over a little bit about the flex offense, um, and how we were hurt and what we are going to do about it. And so the flex offense, sometimes you will scout a coach at younger age levels rather than the players because players change. And even if we don't have to deal with this is a good uh, offense to know about because you'll see it 4 out, 1 in, you'll see it 5 out, you'll see it horns, you'll see baseline out of bounds, and it can be continuous as well. So to trigger it, there is some sort of ball reversal. In this case, the diagram shows 1 passing to 4, can be guard to guard, can be big to big, and then there's a baseline screen. 5 in this case is screening for 2, and so 2 will enter in the open space, and then the other player at the top will set a pin down screen to clean up the original screener. So we got a screen the screener action here. You might see it happen in modern basketball. The Nuggets and the Warriors run it a lot, where the point guard sets this cross screen and then a bigger player comes down. In this case, the one might be Steph Curry. He would cut through, set this screen for a wing, and then receive the screen to cut to the top. And I'm going to show it to you and then how they ran it and what we're going to do. Okay, so here you see Golden State. And here we got the ball. Curry's going to be the screener here. And so the ball goes to Draymond Cutter. So Curry set the screen, Poole cut through, and then the cleanup action for Curry to shoot. That's one option. Here's another example. Okay, so here we have the ball reversal. Again, the screen is set by the guard, and in this case, the Kevin Durant just curls right in there. Now here's another version of it as well. So you can see that Curry has set a baseline screen for Klay Thompson, who is cutting through, and then it gets cleaned up by Durant. The closeout by Ginobili is good, so Curry puts it on the deck, goes to the line, and gets fouled by Tony Parker. So here's how it happened to us a couple of times. Okay, so this is the first play of the game. So you can see how the ball reversal has to happen. And then we have 2 players along the baseline. So now this is too easy. He just cuts along the baseline. There's no communication here. Now, luckily, he smokes it. But look at how much room there was inside. And, we gotta communicate that. And then the cleanup screen was open too. Here's another example. Okay, ball comes to the top. Ball is reversed. Okay, so now we have a cut along the baseline, which again is we are never going to trail this. And then they end up setting the cleanup screen, gets past there, and you can see it's continuous. Another baseline cut by 15, and then 5 comes and cleans up 14, who gets the ball here. Okay, so, and you can see there's another screen happening on the weak side, another cleanup. So in this case, are we being very physical? Are we, calling it out? Are we showing length? Ball gets put on the deck. 3 people are drawn to this. This has to be a charge. This is a charge. This is a charge at any elite level of basketball here. And instead, it turns into, a layup over 4 people. And so I'll show you the first one. Game speed. Okay, so they want quick scores here. Ball reversal, easy, open shot. Just smoked it. This time, it's the patience that, by running it to both sides, that causes the defense to break down. and that's why the bucket is scored. And as the challenge for defending it is, you pretty much have to go from a position where we have nail and we have hoop, and then as the ball's reversed, those nail and hoop need to sprint out to their check. So in this case, nail would sprint out to 5. And that, is, the timing isn't great because it's junior, but you go from being help to a really fast closeout, and that's one of the ways to deal with this. Um, we're going to do two things about this. We're going to be very, very physical about this. So if we see how Monarch Park is setting it up here, we are going to be up on the ball handler, impact the ball handler. I don't care if there's a hand check of some sort. Bump the ball handler. Let them know that they are not going to be able to just pass the ball anywhere along the 3-point line. So they are not entitled to the space to pass the ball. It has to be very, very physical so that the pass is not on you know, also, the cutters. We got to be hitting cutters, holding cutters, even if there's a foul away from the ball, the first possession or two. If you see this, that is fine. So we are going to contact switch everything, meaning no point switches. It's going to be really, really physical. So in this case, let's just make sure we are looking at the man and looking at the ball. So Ahmed in this case would be nail, but he has his eye on 5. So we are going to contact switch this baseline screen, smash it so that there is actual physical contact, and we are going to contact switch everything. So by that I mean there's actually going to be, when the switch occurs, in this case, Dominic will be picking up 15. He is going to be physically connected to him. And then on this pin down action here, there will not be like no opening, like Ahmed would end up taking 14. Physical. Fody would have to be close enough to, again, now contact switching gives up the slip. So what could happen in this situation is 5 just has a slip to the basket, which we are hoping they are not going to get because we are having our hands up, we're being physical, we're making it uncomfortable, and we are pressuring the ball handler. So yes, we are giving up 5 slip, but the idea is if we contact switch everything, so out of this situation here, Dominic would take 15, the cutter. Okay, so right now, Fody, this is happening. Make sure you're trying to get over it. Don't get screened no matter what. So now at this point, when this screen happens, Ahmed and Foti are going to be switching, contact switching again. Bump 14 so they don't get it. Eventually you're going to have to reconnect with 5 here. And that way, they're going to be totally under pressure. And again, let's get, keep running it, right? But let's still guard our man and the ball. So on the ball reversal, jump to the nail. And you can still see man, see ball. And we can still be verbalizing this. So if they run it, just switch it all in the most physical way possible. Play the cutters or the passers as tight as you can. Plug nail, talk, guard the hoop. That's what we're trying to do here.